Alright guys, so in this video, just kind of highlighting some stuff about this newly acquired purchase. It's a 2006 Acura TL A-Spec. Follow some of the older shorts and videos on the channel, you could probably find some content on my old gray trusty 6-speed TL A-Spec. This car here was after it for a few years, definitely was on my radar of vehicles to purchase and bring into my hand of ownership. Unfortunately, all was good till it was not good. Purchased the vehicle, had test drove it, everything was great, and then everything was very bad. Unfortunately, this beautiful car currently right now has come down with the sickness, and that is the only way to put this. After about 4 hours into the drive home, had pulled up and discovered a misfire on I believe cylinder 6. This is without plugging in a OBD2 reader. Had felt a severe misfire from the engine at the trusty Wentworth tolls. Anyway, from that point on, I had proceeded to watch temperature gauges and the dash for other symptoms to occur, had pulled over and checked the condition of the vehicle. From that point on there, I had just limped it home as easily as I possibly could have, and I've basically had it parked ever since. I'll run you guys through on what's going on with this car, but it's sure acting like a Jaguar, to say the least. Is it an Acura or is it a Jaguar? One of the two. In this video, I'm gonna give you guys a quick rundown on what is going on with this beautiful cracked piece of machinery.
So, anyone who knows me knows I love my 3rd gen Acura TLs and also love my 4th gen Acura TLs. This vehicle right here is just gorgeous to say the least. Definitely believe that it will see the road again, but it does have some funky quirks. I'll kind of run you through on some things mechanically here, because if you're interested in how these things work mechanically, stay tuned. If you're looking for a video just that you don't want a whole bunch of mechanical information, you might want to just turn it off now. I wish there was kind of more in-depth 3rd generation mechanical shenanigans on YouTube, to say the least. It's one of those things. A car is a car and a problem is a problem. But in this video, I'm going to go over the car and the problems. You open up this beautiful interior. You see the Acura emblem, but it's sure acting like a Jaguar. So, as I pulled up to the Wentworth tolls, I ironically had a Hyundai SUV cut me off. I braked just to allow them just to finish doing their shenanigans. And as I rolled to a slow stop, the trusty check engine light started flashing. When the check engine light started flashing, I had obviously felt a strong misfire at idle. It felt like we were running on 5 cylinders and not all 6. Anyone half mechanically inclined could tell there was something wrong. Anyway, what I decided to do was just pull over, give everything a good check over. I thought, okay, we might be down a coil pack, or, you know, the plug something might have happened there. Definitely felt spark related, of course, based on the misfire. And from that point on, I'll get into what I discovered on this prime piece of blue machinery. But is it an Acura? Or is it a Jaguar? We will see. Love the car. Even as it sits with its issue. Still love it. Still love it. Far from hate it. But first thing I had noticed, pulled out the coil packs here on our secondary bank. And I discovered that cylinder was drive oil inside. This cylinder was drive oil inside. Cylinder number 6, not the case. Had pulled the spark plug and coil pack out of cylinder 6 and had located about, well, if you guys want to base this on a water bottle level of oil, there was about 2/5 of a water bottle of oil down in cylinder 6. I had performed a test here just by cleaning the coil pack and spark plug off. Had cleaned those, had taken a paper towel and cleaned out the spark plug tube. Had discovered that when the valve cover was installed, they had pinched the spark plug tube seal up into the cover, therefore allowing oil to overflow down into cylinder number 6. I had also cleaned the pesky EGR valve. That had quite a bit of carbon in it, and that was never touched. From that point on, proceeded to fire up the vehicle, and I will drop a video after this from the other day when I had fired the vehicle and had discovered something slightly more disturbing. Obviously, from that point on there, I knew by the white clouds of death that obviously what was going on there, that we had coolant in the combustion chamber. From that point on, I ran the vehicle long enough, just a minute there when it was cold, to just kind of demonstrate what was going on, what I was seeing on my end mechanically. Therefore leading me to kind of investigate into some things in this vehicle. First things I had obviously looked at was just to see, after about 5 to 10 minutes of idling, if I had any rise in temperature. If I had, obviously before doing so, I checked that the radiator was full. I checked that the coolant overflow was at its proper level. We're in between min and max, as we should be with the blue Honda coolant. Had even pulled the coil and spark plug back out, and did not locate any oil in cylinder 6, but that wouldn't have anything to do with the white cloud of smoke pouring from her exhaust. She was cranky, she was out of fit, and she was just plain unhappy. Anyway, did some digging around here over the past few days. Got into the trusty Acura forums just to kind of confirm that I was thinking the right direction. Like, heck, you know, from cleaning the the spark plug and coil, I thought, hey, maybe there's a bit of residual burning off or condensation in the exhaust, but it just wouldn't make sense to that extent. That would burn off in a few, if not a minute, of it firing. Shortly after that video, obviously went back to a
cylinder 6 misfire. No drop in level of coolant, that was obvious. Nothing bad, but not good, because I determined some faults with this engine, and I will get into that next here.
So, white smoke and a misfire. Never good, but with no climb in temperature, I figured, okay, interesting. We have no bubbling from the reservoir. Obviously you guys probably following here, getting to that I was following traces of a blown head gasket. Obviously I knew there was coolant entering the combustion chamber, so what I had done, as you can see here, I did lose a touch of coolant in the reservoir. That was simply by me pulling this tube out and also, checking this coolant reservoir and the radiator a couple times. Obviously some had spilled out. Here, what I had noticed, started off by just looking at the head gaskets themselves. Obviously, cylinder 6 misfire, I wanted to check bank 2 first there, obviously. And I did notice down in, it's gonna be hard to show this on the old video, but did notice that, I'm not even gonna bother to show that actually. It's just too difficult with this lighting. But I did see that a bit of coolant had seeped out down there and had dried to the cylinder head and block, as you would say. This here, what I did to confirm that the head gasket was gone, when the engine was stone cold here yesterday or day before, removed the radiator cap, placed a glove over top of the radiator cap, and hey, if you start this engine up and the glove pops up and waves at you through the driver's point of view, you are in bad luck. That is a definite sign that coolant has entered the combustion chamber, and from that point on, you are looking at a head gasket replacement. I will get into what I think possible causes were in the next part of this video. So, you gotta base it off 4 C's. Condition, cause, correction, confirm. Condition, white smoke, and exhaust. Cause, what would cause that? Obviously, something I had known purchasing this car, and my first plan of action for even driving the car if this issue hadn't occurred, was the timing belt and water pump kit. If you're familiar, most J series run the Aisin TKH 002 timing kit. It was never done in the car. The car is 145,000 kilometers. Very, very low. Car is in immaculate condition, but that was my first plan of action. Sure, someone could say, oh, the head gasket just went. It just went. I don't think so. I don't think the head gasket is just going to crack mysteriously by itself. I think there has to be something leading up to that either way. That being said, you could look at, the thermostat possibly could have failed. It could have been really bad old coolant. No. That coolant in this vehicle is perfectly good, perfectly clean. It's blue Honda coolant. I don't believe it was bad coolant related. My honest cause of this problem, after looking at everything, some could even point, the heater control valve, that would have, no. This vehicle right here, it goes to show that luckily this thing never overheated. That is the main thing. I could fire this car up and run it right now, and I don't want to do that. You know, I will limp it up the road here to our local Honda dealership, and that will be it. But this car is not even idling more than it has to right now. It never overheated, never even climbed past the halfway point in the driveway here. I would be extremely surprised to see this vehicle rise above halfway temp. But cause of the issue, if I had to assume, just based off of what I know about these cars and the J Series platform, I would say, unfortunately, our original water pump that was in the car since production, I believe, had failed. I would say that water pump had failed to propel coolant flow through the engine, and I believe resulting in the head gasket failing. It wasn't, coolant levels are properly, it wasn't overfilled with coolant. It wouldn't have been overpressurized if that makes sense based off coolant level, but I think unfortunately the water pump had failed. I didn't get into pulling the thermostat out to investigate that. I don't believe that's the root of the cause, especially with the kilometers on it. Sure, you could say old age, but if I had to say, the water pump failed, resulting in this. And I tell you, luckily for me, it was not, whoa, that thumb on the screen was not catastrophic failure. Now, from this point on, being self-employed and being busy as shit, I don't want to dig into this. I don't have the time to. It's something I've ordered the Aizen timing kit from, oh goodness gracious here. I've ordered the Aizen timing kit and all necessary components to hopefully revive this. Cylinder heads will probably be plain before installation on the technician who is working on this beautiful demon. Other than that, what a car. What a gorgeous car. That blue, if you're familiar, for 04 to 6 is stupid rare, very uncommon. You know, in another video, I'll also give a rundown on just modifications done to the car, but that's not what this video is about. Just a quick video on just, you know, what is going on with this girl. Unfortunate, but far from upset about it, to be honest. It's whenever you have a condition on a car, you learn something new. You can't look at the negatives, you have to look at the positives. You know, sure, those heads have to come off and all that sort of stuff. You'll remove, you know, quite a bit to get into there, but it is what it is. It gives me a chance to upgrade some little things that I'd like taken care of. Like to upgrade the oil pump seal, would like to upgrade the water pump seal anyway while it's in there. Valve cover gaskets, spark plug tube seals, even little valve cover grommet seals that are on each bank. Those can get upgraded and that sort of stuff and taken care of there anyway. You know, sometimes you'll get thrown a whirlwind of you know, stuff happens with cars, and that's playing with cars. But hopefully after that, when the car is back, however long it may take, it don't really matter to me, but hopefully when the car is back in the hands, I can start making some content on this. Would also like to do a few other things here, a few other additions that I've made to the channel. Also have a 2024 Grizzly 700 Special Edition I would like to do some videos on here, and just getting the time free from the detail shop. That is the struggle right now. We're in busy season. It's going into early May and that sort of stuff here, and it's going to be a busy
busy few months here, to say the least, but hey, bear with me. I'm going to try and keep some videos coming on the TL, the Grizzly, and of course the big 3-tuned Raptor 700. All right, guys, until I see you guys again, take her easy, and yeah, enjoy this beautiful weather that we're having.